Good Monday evening, February 10th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The members of the Apple Blossom Royal Court that will reign over the 106th edition of the festival were named Saturday night at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. We'll bring you the big moments straight ahead. An energy reform bill sponsored by State Representative Alex Ybarra of Quincy was passed by the Washington House on Friday. The coldest weather of the winter is upon us. I'll let you know how cold coming up. Four people are dead, including two East Wenatchee teenagers, after a multi-vehicle accident Sunday afternoon on Highway 28 near Rock Island. The Washington State Patrol says a 17-year-old East Wenatchee driver of a Toyota Camry fatally collided head-on with a Northwestern Stage Line charter bus. It happened about 1:30 p.m. near milepost 11. That's 2 miles southeast of the city. The driver was attempting to pass another westbound vehicle. Both occupants of the Camry, two 17-year-olds from East Wenatchee, were pronounced dead at the scene. The driver and a passenger in the bus also died, the driver at the scene and the passenger at Confluence Health Hospital. 7 passengers on the bus who hailed from throughout Washington were also hospitalized, some with serious injuries. The names of the dead are being withheld pending notification of next of kin. Highway 28 was fully closed until midnight and closed again this morning for follow-up investigation. The precise cause of the crash is still not known. The Eastmont School District confirmed to NCWLIFE News that one of the teenagers killed was an Eastmont High School junior and the other a former student. Counseling services were offered today for students who might have known them. The major crash followed a fatal single-vehicle accident Saturday on Highway 28 in which an East Wenatchee man suffered a medical emergency and struck a bridge abutment. Christopher J. Fife, 61 years old, was pronounced dead while en route by ambulance to Confluence Health Hospital. The State Patrol said Fife collapsed while driving westbound at milepost 16 in a 2000 Freightliner truck. His passenger was not injured. The members of the Apple Blossom Royal Court that will reign over the 106th edition of the festival were named Saturday night at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. Ella Johnson, a senior at the River Academy, was named Queen. Deja Carlson and Yasmin Perez were crowned as princesses. Carlson is a senior from Wenatchee High School and Perez attends Eastmont High School. Here is the moment from Saturday night's telecast right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you Princess Deja Carlson.
Thank you. First, I want to thank my mom because she's been my biggest supporter through this entire thing. I'm so blessed to have her in my life, and not only that, but my entire family has been so supportive of me. And these girls behind me are so deserving of everything and more, and I'm blessed to call them my best friends. So, yeah, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior, of course, because without him, none of this would have been possible. So thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you Princess Yasmin Perez.
Thank you guys so much. I honestly didn't expect this just because the girls behind me are truly amazing people. I'm so happy I got to meet them. I would love to thank my mom, my dad, and my family. They're my support system. They're the reason I am who I am. And I'm so beyond thankful for them. Thank you.
Now, the 106th queen to reign over the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, the winner of a $10,000 scholarship, Her Royal Highness Ella Johnson.
The sun shines on today. What a wonderful way.
Wow. I just want to thank God for this incredible opportunity, Jesus for saving my life, and just my family for supporting me and these girls behind me.
Church bells will chime.
You guys didn't see that. And just, the Wenatchee Valley, just to be able to represent you guys is just going to be such an honor and a blessing. And I'm just so excited.
Chelan County says nearly $525,000 in grants will be distributed to local programs that strive to fight opioid abuse. The county will disperse this funding to the Chelan County Regional Justice Center, Chelan County Superior Court, and the Center for Drug and Alcohol Treatment in Wenatchee. The county has received $1.1 million out of $371.8 million state settlement from 5 companies that produced and sold opioids across the country. Settlement dollars will go toward the installation of medical sensors, a therapeutic court and recovery support coordinator, clean and sober housing, mental and physical health providers, and more. Students at Beaver Valley Elementary School in Plain have been documenting wildlife through an ongoing trail cam project for almost 5 years now. Their work has gotten some attention. Late last month, the students were invited to show off their work at the 4th Annual Student Environmental and Sustainability Literacy Summit in Lacey. The event on January 28th and 29th, hosted by the Pacific Education Institute and OSPI, featured just 5 elementary schools from across the state. Beaver Valley kids got to show their trail cam work, which documents the migrations of wild animal species throughout the upper Wenatchee Valley, and met the state legislators from the 12th District in Olympia. Wenatchee police officers responded to a RiverCom 911 call Sunday morning when a car headed north on Western Avenue failed to make a right turn onto Maiden Lane. When the driver continued going straight, they ran over an electrical box that acted as a ramp, causing the vehicle to fly up and land on top of another vehicle parked in a residential driveway. According to Wenatchee Police Captain Brian Chance, potential factors in the crash are believed to be speed and distraction. No one was injured, but there was damage done to the property and electrical box. When we come back, Special Olympics Washington is recruiting more than 900 volunteers to help out during this year's Winter Games taking place later this month. New legislation to support local farmers and producers was introduced Thursday in Congress. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Special Olympics Washington is recruiting more than 900 volunteers to help out during this year's Winter Games. The Winter Games are celebrating 35 years in Wenatchee, and in June, Special Olympics Washington will mark its 50th anniversary. The Winter Games will be held from Friday, February 28th to Sunday, March 2nd, and Wenatchee will host 1,200 participants and coaches from across the state. NCWLIFE's Dan Kuntz spoke with the City of Wenatchee Recreation Supervisor Carol Andre about the volunteer opportunities.
And there's opportunities for everyone to do any. Families can come in and they can scorekeep at a gym, have your family of 5 come down. If you're a skier, you can help out up there. There's just so many. You can help with the opening ceremonies at the Town Toyota Center. It's massive. We utilize close to 100 volunteers just for opening ceremonies.
How do people volunteer?
They can go to the Special Olympics Washington state site, and it's all online, and you can there's a list of all the different opportunities all over the valley and how long it is, like a couple hours, or if you want to do it all day. You just pick what you want to volunteer for and sign up.
An energy reform bill sponsored by State Representative Alex Ybarra of Quincy was passed by the Washington House on Friday. House Bill 1253 would modernize energy structures as the state's energy demand increases. Under current law, consumer-owned utilities like PUDs must limit collaboration with industries and private entities. House Bill 1253 would allow for PUDs to share financial risks and work with private partners to develop energy resources. It now goes for a possible vote in the Washington Senate. New legislation to support local farmers and producers was introduced Thursday in Congress. 8th District Representative Kim Schreier was joined by 4th District Representative Dan Newhouse to put forward the Agriculture Export Promotion Act, which would support farmers by increasing investment in the Foreign Market Development Program and the Market Access Program. The two federal programs work to promote and sustain agriculture exports. The legislation would ensure that farmers have additional support to export their products ahead of difficult times as a result of threats of tariffs from Canada, Mexico, and China. The 2025 Polar Plunge is taking place February 22nd in Wenatchee to support Special Olympics Washington, an annual athletic tournament for individuals with intellectual and physical disabilities. The annual Polar Plunge raises funds for the Special Olympics and will take place at Walla Walla Point Park at noon with in-person registration opening at 11 a.m. and a costume contest at 11:45 a.m. Individuals are encouraged to register online ahead of time. The cost is $25 per person with a commitment to raise additional funds for the Special Olympics. This year marks the 50th anniversary of the tournament. Coming up next, 2 Wenatchee Valley Fire Department members have returned home from the devastating California fires. We'll hear their stories coming up in tonight's feature story. If you think it was cold out there today, just wait until the next few days. I'll have your full local weather forecast coming up. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Central Washington Water is your solution for problem water. Whether you're on a well or municipal water, they can design a clean water system custom to you. Soft water eliminates water spots and scaling on fixtures. It protects appliances from hard water damage, saving you money. Soft water reduces soap usage that causes skin irritation and is a healthier choice to drink. Call for a free in-home consultation or stop by the store to have your water tested. Central Washington Water, your best water solution for home, pool, and spa.
The Palisades Fire, the Eaton Fire, and the Hughes Fire will go down in history as some of California's most devastating wildfires. They've burned for more than a month and killed at least 29 people in and around the Los Angeles area. More than 16,000 structures have been destroyed. Firefighters from around the country traveled to Los Angeles to do what they could in the face of that destruction. In tonight's feature story, 2 of them spoke with NCWLIFE's Jefferson Robbins, Captain Jordan Kuntz, and firefighter George Ramos, both with the Wenatchee Valley Fire Department.
We left Wenatchee January 9th. Made it to Redding, California that first night, and then made it to LA January 10th in the evening of January 10th.
So when we arrived, we were assigned to structure prep / structure protection. And structure prep is just moving any combustible material away from the structure. So the whole strike team, we were leapfrogging. We were assigned a whole block, and we would just leapfrog each other, and then just kind of go on from one house to the next, and just keep doing that the first few days. The first morning when we started driving into Malibu down the Pacific Coast Highway, it was seeing all the structures on both sides of the highway was just there's really no words to describe what the devastation that fire had caused. We have seen that here in the valley before, but homes being burnt down and stuff like that back in 2015 when we had that Sleepy Hollow fire, but this was just on a whole different scale. It was super sad to drive through there and seeing all the structures burned.
Jordan, you also mentioned you were assigned to what's called initial attack. So you had an area of responsibility. Within that area, what does initial attack mean?
The incident management team that manages those fires, they also assume initial attack responsibility. So any new starts within that fire area or surrounding that fire area, the team will manage it, and the resources assigned to that team, along with local jurisdictions. But that's what the second half of our assignment, they had us on initial attack. So we were staged and ready in case any new starts happened.
Were there any starts that happened in your area?
There were not any starts that happened in our immediate area, no. Locally throughout Los Angeles, there were multiple new starts. But as we discussed, the size of the valley is quite large, so nothing in our immediate area that we had to respond to.
So we would work a 24 on, 24 off schedule. During our days on, we would all take turns and kind of get little cat naps here and there, just so we could be ready. And then on our days off, CAL FIRE really treated us well, and they ended up booking us hotels on our days off so we could get a nice hot shower and a nice warm bed. But on our days on, we would just sleep in the truck. Those seats aren't very comfortable, but we made it do.
How were you all received by the public? I mean, did people acknowledge you and the job you were there to do?
Oh, absolutely. It was an overwhelmingly positive reception. Everywhere we went, we had standing ovations walking into the hotel. People were continuing to offer to buy us things at the grocery store when we stopped. The reception was very, very positive, and the folks down there were very, very grateful for the presence.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic Super Bowl weekend. It was a little chilly out there, but lots of sunshine both Saturday and Sunday. And we saw plenty of sunshine today as well, looking out our weather window up north, or up, should say, to our northwest, I guess, up at the Lake Wenatchee area. You can see the Kaler Glen Golf Course and lots of blue sky out there today. But boy, it was chilly, that's for sure. Our temperatures about 10 to 15 degrees below normal, and just wait, that trend is even going to get a little bit colder. We're even going to throw in some northerly winds into the forecast tonight and once again on Tuesday. That could make for some very, very cold wind chills, especially up in the Okanagan Valley, Methow Valley, and Waterville Plateau. We're talking overnight temperatures the next couple of nights into the negative numbers below zero, so watch out for those newborn livestock that are happening right now. The calving's happening all around the area. But it was chilly today. We talked about it unofficially. 27 our high temperature. We're up to 40 now for our normal, so we were well below that. Our record high 60 degrees, and that was set in 1990. We were at 19 this morning. 27 is our normal overnight low, and our record low 9 degrees set in 1981. Sunrise this morning 7:13, and it's set at 5:17. So we're gaining a little bit of light daylight, and we'll gain a lot of it throughout this month of February. Tomorrow's temperatures not going to be a whole lot different than today. In fact, even a little bit cooler. 27s for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 26 for Quincy, only about 24 for the high in Wenatchee. That goes for Eniat and Chelan, 22 in Leavenworth, and 23 the high temperature tomorrow in Cashmere. So you can see we're going to be about 17 degrees below where we should be tomorrow. Tonight, mostly clear skies. It will be cold thanks to this Canadian high that's circulating that cold air right back down into Washington State. The very cold air is to our east once again, but it's still going to get plenty cold here, mid-single digits overnight tonight. For Tuesday, look at that. Lots of sunshine once again, a lot like today, but we're going to be even a little bit cooler with highs in only the low to mid-20s, and that cooling trend will continue as we get into Wednesday. Sunny and cold. High temperatures only in the low 20s. Cold. The low temperatures will be about 4 to 7 degrees for overnight lows. That's it just in the Wenatchee Valley. We could see some negative numbers. For Thursday, low pressure begins to push in, and that'll kind of move some of this colder air to our east, but also a little bit of snow will move up. So we'll have some isolated evening snow showers on Thursday. High temperatures in the mid-20s, and then by Friday, some relief from the cold as this ridge of high pressure begins to move east. We will see mostly sunny skies, and our temperatures will jump up into the low 30s, which is still about 8 degrees below where we should be. And then for our upcoming weekend, this is where the storminess comes in. 2 areas of low pressure out in the Pacific will dominate our weekend weather. There's our 60% chance of snow on Saturday. Once again, we're going to stay into those low 30s, so perfect temperature to receive some snow. On Sunday, an even bigger low pressure system will move air from the southwest, so we will warm up a little bit Sunday, and I think if we see anything, it'll be a rain-snow mix on Sunday with high temperatures then a little better into the mid-30s. Here's your 7-day forecast. 7 degrees overnight tonight, 24 our high tomorrow, 6 degrees the overnight low on Tuesday. Wednesday, we're going to stay cold. That'll be our coldest high anyway of only 22. Maybe some isolated snow showers into our evening hours for Thursday and 24. And then a bit of a warm up for Friday in 32 with a 60% chance of precipitation both Saturday and Sunday. The good news, by Sunday, will warm up to 36 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan?
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
You know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
Happy Monday. No three-peat for the Kansas City Chiefs. Philadelphia's defense dominated Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs yesterday for a runaway 40-22 Super Bowl 59 victory, the second in franchise history. Eagles defense sacked Mahomes 6 times, intercepted him twice. Rookie Cooper DeJean getting a 38-yard pick six. By the way, Cooper's 22nd birthday yesterday, and that was his first ever NFL interception. Jalen Hurts was selected the MVP for his combined 293 yards of offense with 3 touchdowns, 2 through the air, 1 on the ground. I thought the defense should have got the MVP. Well, now that the NFL season is over, we can start looking forward to Major League Baseball. In fact, Mariner pitchers and catchers have their first workout this week on Thursday. The first full squad workout is next Tuesday, February 18th. The first catches make that first Cactus League game, easy for me to say, February 21st against San Diego. Well, the Kraken picked up a big overtime victory heading into that 2-week break on Saturday. Prior to the Four Nations face-off series, Seattle came back to beat Calgary Saturday in overtime 3-2. John Forsland had the call on Kong TV.
Retaken by Burakovsky. Larson hammers it, tipped, loose. They score! Shane Wright. play goes by Coronado. Here's McCann spotting Burakovsky. Captured by Huberdeau. He's pressured by Wright and Burakovsky. Burakovsky scores! Crowd wants a call, none provided. The horn sounds. Beniers readies. Draws it out. Creates some room. Has a chance. A shot. He scores! Hey, what do you say, Matty Beniers?
Capo Kakko will be the only Seattle Kraken in the Four Nations face-off, playing for Team Finland. The best NHL players are being broken up into 4 teams: Finland, Sweden, Canada, and the U.S. They'll play a series beginning Wednesday in Montreal, wrap up next Thursday in Boston. It was a good weekend for Northwest men's college basketball teams. Eastern Washington edged Portland State. Washington State got by Pepperdine. Gonzaga topped Pacific, and Washington down Northwestern in men's basketball. Haley Van Lith wasn't around for very long after she fouled out early with just 6 points, but her TCU Horned Frogs still went on to beat Texas Tech Saturday 63-47. Eastern Washington beat Portland State. Gonzaga topped Washington State in overtime. Washington fell to Maryland Sunday 81-73. Checking the Prep Boys basketball scoreboard from Friday, Moses Lake edged Eastmont. Eisenhower down Wenatchee. Toppenish beat Ephrata. Oroville got by Etienne. Wilson Creek down Waterville. Mansfield 62-53. The Eastmont girls earned a Friday victory over Moses Lake. Eisenhower beat Wenatchee. Toppenish wiped out Ephrata 67-17. Oroville down Etienne. Waterville Mansfield dominated Wilson Creek 60-17. Liberty Bell and Lake Roosevelt advanced to the Central Washington 2B League Tournament Championship with win Saturday at Omak High School. The Mountain Lions edged Okanagan while the Raiders topped Tonasket. Chelan is the CTL League champ after a 73-47 win over Omak. Big 9 play, Eastmont beat Sunnyside. West Valley throttled Wenatchee. Davis edged Moses Lake 89-86. Chelan girls are also the CTL champs after a 52-44 win over Cascade. Okanagan will meet Brewster for the CW2B League title after wins over Lake Roosevelt and Tonasket, respectively. Saturday in Big 9 play, Eastmont beat Sunnyside on the road 58-41. West Valley down Wenatchee. Davis hammered Moses Lake 76-28. Congratulations to the Wenatchee Panther boys swimming team. The Panthers won the District 5 4A swim meet over the weekend with 543 points. Moses Lake took second. Eastmont was in third. Eastmont girls bowling team took fourth over the weekend at the WIAA state tournament in Tukwila. Jillian Castle was the top bowler for Eastmont with an 11th place finish. Sophia Johnson helped Wenatchee to a 9th place team finish on Saturday. Sunnyside dominated at the District 5 4A wrestling tournament at West Valley High School on Saturday. Moses Lake took second, Wenatchee 5th, Eastmont 6th. The Mavericks had 3 district champions and will take 8 wrestlers to MAC Classic. Wenatchee's Michael Mahuika at 157, Logan Lamb at 190, district champs. Eastmont's Dax Dixon at 175, Ricardo Kalunga at 215 also captured district titles. Panthers and Wildcats each take 5 wrestlers to MAC Classic. Cashmere came away with 3 league champions at the SCAC tournament in Connell Saturday. Bulldogs finished third as a team behind champion Wapato and second place Zilla. Cashmere wrestlers topping the podium were Mac Pell, Jance Novak, and Gray Jacobson. Wenatchee Wild concluded a 1-5 road trip in Canada over the weekend with 2 more losses. Wenatchee scored first but fell to Regina Friday by a final of 4-2. Swift Current came from behind to force overtime and trickled in the game winner in that extra period for a 2-1 win on Saturday. Wenatchee has one more road game before tomorrow night in Spokane before finally returning home Friday to take on Portland at 7 o'clock at the Town Toyota Center. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Have a happy Monday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station based right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Be sure to tune in for coverage of local sports. Once again, this spring we'll bring you Prep Boys soccer, baseball, and softball. In addition, we're adding Wenatchee Bighorn basketball in March, April, and May. It's all right here on the NCWLIFE channel, our Facebook and YouTube pages, as well as our website at ncwlife.com.